Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. Joshana here to talk about some truths and some lies. And some books. My camera looks crooked, but I think because it's at an angle. But hopefully I don't look crooked in frame. So I went on Twitter and Instagram and I put up some polls for you all to play two truths and a lie with me. I did six groups of two truths and one lie. And at first I just thought, oh, this would be like a fun, silly little thing to do this and then react and discuss and explain like what the correct answer was. That'd be cute. And then I thought, hey, I could also make it bookish by making prompt questions out of the lies. So that's what I've done. So this is kind of a tag, but also it's just chaos. Because if you want to do this, you could kind of do it three different ways. You could use the prompt questions that I come up with and just answer those in your own tag. You could take the prompt questions and turn them into relevant lies of your own and do your own two truths and a lie poll on social media. Or you could just do entirely new questions and lies and do the similar thing, but with like your own lies and your own prompt questions. So it's chaos, whatever. Or nobody has to do this at all, but I just wanted to do it, so I'm doing it. So I will look at the results. I'll show you guys what the results were. I will note that I'm kind of a dumbass. The last two on Instagram, 5 and 6, I switched up the truths a little bit. Like one of the truths from 5 I put on 6 and like swapped them a little bit versus how it showed on Twitter. I don't know why I did that. I did. It's the same lie, but anyway. So for the first group, the options were 1, that I've never had a pet dog, 2, that I got married at 24, and 3, that I have never read Harry Potter in its entirety. On Twitter, I almost tricked people, but the majority did pick correctly that the lie was that I've never had a pet dog. I have had many dogs in my life, never want one ever again. Love dogs from afar, but not in my house. Quite a few people did vote on Twitter for that I've never read Harry Potter in its entirety, but it still didn't win. The majority of the people did pick the actual lie. On Instagram, however, I totally tricked the majority of people because the large majority did pick that I've never read Harry Potter in its entirety as the lie, but that is true. Very true. I've read the first 3 books and the final book. It is what it is. And then yes, I did get married at age 24. For the second group, the options were that I have broken my tibia in 3 places, that I had my first kiss at 13 years old, and that I have no full-blooded siblings. And I fucking tricked everybody on Twitter. Well, not everybody, but the large majority of the people on Twitter voted that the lie was that I don't have any full-blooded siblings. But that is true. I don't. I have a brother and a sister. My brother and I grew up together, but he is the child of our mother and then my stepdad, technically, but I was raised with him. He married my mom when I was a year and a half old, but my brother and I do have different dads, technically. And then my sister and I did not grow up together. We have the same biological father, but different moms. So I don't have any full-blooded siblings. And I did have my first kiss at 13, so the lie here was that I've broken my tibia in 3 places. I've never broken a bone in my body. I also tricked everybody on Instagram. They also majority voted for the lie being that I don't have any full-blooded siblings. But as we now know, that is true. The actual lie for this group was number 2 on Instagram, but the margin, as you can see, was extreme. So for group 3, the options were that I was a cheerleader in high school, that I hate ladybugs, and that I did not cry on my wedding day. And I tricked Twitter again because the majority of people voted that the lie was that I did not cry on my wedding day. But that is true. I did not cry on my wedding day. My ex-husband did a lot, but I did not at all. And then the second one voted, the second highest vote was for me hating ladybugs, but this is also true. I fucking hate ladybugs. And the reason is because when I was in middle school in rural central Michigan, there was some bug infestation, and so they brought in Japanese lady beetles to like kill these other bugs, or I don't know, they brought them in. And that turned into a full fucking infestation. They were everywhere. It was at least one full summer where, I'm not kidding, my windowsill in my bedroom coated with ladybugs, just fucking crawling all over each other. They were up in my light fixture all the time. Like, hate them. And now I get the, I hate them. I don't like them. I don't want them anywhere near me. Just ever since then, I don't like them. So the lie was that I was a cheerleader in high school. I was not a cheerleader in high school. I was like a popular girl. My school was very small, so like everybody knew everybody. And like there were popular kids, but also we all talked to each other. We all grew up together. 90% of the kids in my graduating class, we had been together since kindergarten. So we did all know each other, but I wasn't a cheerleader. The cheerleaders did not like me. I also fooled everyone on Instagram, but slightly more, I think one more. It was almost tied with votes for the two truths. But the highest voted was that I hate ladybugs. Most people on Instagram thought that that was the lie. And then coming in second was thinking that the lie was that I didn't cry on my wedding day. But we now know that was true. So I tricked you again. Apparently I seem like a cheerleader because everyone thought that that was true. And this is group number 4, I believe. I forgot to put the number with it. The options were that I was married for 3 years, that I was homecoming queen in high school, and that I got mugged in Europe. And I tricked Twitter again. The majority of people voted that the lie was that I was homecoming queen, but I actually was homecoming queen. I was not the cheerleader type, but apparently I was homecoming. When I was a freshman, I was voted like the homecoming queen for my freshman class. And once you get voted once for underclassmen, you can't be voted for it again until senior year. And I was, the only reason I won, it was all my friends, like me and 2 of my best friends. We were the girls, and then the 3 guys were like our guy friends. We were all pals. The only reason I think I won, because my one friend was a cheerleader, and the other one was like valedictorian, and she was like president of our class, like very popular, is because my brother and my younger cousin, who was one of my best friends, they were both freshmen that year. So I think all of their friends voted for me is the only reason that I think I won. And like, whatever, who gives a shit? It's homecoming queen. But I was homecoming queen. And then number 2 for the votes was that I got mugged in Europe. But that is also true. I did get mugged. Not violently mugged. It was like they drove up on a moped and like ran over my foot and yanked my purse off of my arm and drove off. It all happened very fast. But yeah, they stole all my shit. My camera, my digital camera that had 900 photos from my fucking trip in Barcelona, in all of Spain. I was very upset. Very, very upset. I'm still mad about that. Anyway, so the lie here was that I was married for 3 years. I was married, but I was married for a little over 1 year is all. I was with him for 6.5 years, but we were only married for a year and a half. So kind of got you on a technicality there, but hey, it was a lie. And again, on Instagram, same results. The majority of people voted that the lie was that I was homecoming queen. Second highest majority was that the lie was that I got mugged in Europe. And the least was married. I think probably the technicality got people here because most people, like I talk about it openly that I was married before. So I feel like people just were like, oh, I know she was married. But yeah, not for 3 years. Group number 5, the options were that I have been arrested, that I grew up in rural Michigan, and that I have danced on a bar. And I did not trick you guys this time. The highest votes were for the actual lie, which is that I've been arrested. I've never been arrested. I've had situations with police where someone I was with was arrested, but not myself. And then, yes, I have danced on a bar several times, all night. Just, like, it's easier because guys don't grope you when you're standing up on the bar. They can't touch you. That's literally why I did. The one time when I did it literally all night was because I just didn't want dudes like grabbing me on the dance floor. So I was like, let me just get on the fucking bar. And the bartenders were just giving me fireball shots all night because I'm sure they're like free entertainment. Because I'm up there in this like skimpy ass little black dress, like going to town on this fucking pole. Oh man, to be 27. And then I did grow up in rural Michigan. That one wasn't, I talk about that a lot, so. So on Instagram, like I said, these last two, I swapped out the truths. So the options were that I've been arrested, that I grew up in rural Michigan, and that I have a degree in writing. And the majority of people, again, were not fooled and voted that the lie was that I've been arrested. So good there. Apparently I don't seem like the type to have been arrested, which is true. And then I do have a degree in writing. So, and on Twitter, group 6, the last group, the options were that I waited until I was married, that I have known my best friend since 4th grade, and that I have a degree in writing. As you know, I just told you, I do have a degree in writing, so that wasn't it. And I also have known my best friend. I've technically known of her since kindergarten, but we didn't actually have class together until 4th grade, and that's when we became best friends. And then the lie was that I waited until I was married. Definitely not. Much to my mother's chagrin. So sorry, Mom. And I didn't fool Twitter with that one. The majority of people voted for that. So apparently I seem like the type that would definitely not have waited until married. Nothing wrong with waiting until you're married if that's what you want to do. I just didn't. And on Instagram, I also didn't fool people with this one. The lie was that I waited until marriage, and then the truth was I've known my best friend since 4th grade, and I've danced on a bar all night. And again, large majority of people guessed that the lie was that I waited until marriage. What does that say about me? I think it just says that I'm an open person, right? Anyway. So there are the results and the kind of reaction and explanation. So if you voted, I would be very curious to know how correct you were or how horribly wrong you were in the comments below. And now for the tag part. Again, this is chaos, whatever. I just wanted to make it sort of bookish. So I made some questions out of the lies. So 4, I've never had a dog as a pet. The prompt question is my favorite animal character from a book. And I have to go with, I have several answers for quite a few of these. Raoul from The Aeronaut's Windlass. I love Raoul. Oh my God, he's like a warrior cat and he's very serious and very skeptical of humans, looks at humans with contempt like they are beneath him and they're stupid. And I love him. He's so funny. And then Minna from Age of Myth, from the Legends of the First Empire series. Minna is just so sweet. She is a wolf and she is a companion of one of our characters, Suri. They are best friends and Minna is just always by Suri's side and I really, really like Minna. And then I had to go with Abraxos from the Throne of Glass series, and I picked this book because this is Manon or Manon or whatever the fuck, however I say Manon. And Abraxos is Manon's wyvern, and Abraxos is just precious, and I love Abraxos. So yeah, I feel like if I ranked them, Abraxos would probably be number 1, and Raoul would be 2, and Minna would be 3, I think. I don't know, Raoul might be 1. For the next one, the lie was, I once broke my tibia in 3 places. The prompt question is, a character I would like to injure and or kill. And this is very easy. Fucking Barrow. Just, I hate him. I hate him. When I did my worst character, who is the worst little challenge, he won. He won for sure. He's truly terrible. I hate him so hard. The next lie was that I was a cheerleader in high school. The prompt question for this is a character I would cheer on unconditionally. I have 2 for this. Number 1 being Chauncey. Like, he's precious and he must be protected at all costs and he can do no wrong and he is just such a sweet little soul, and if anybody's mean to him, I will do a murder. I love him so much. Also, Camlin from The Faithful and the Fallen. I love Camlin. I wanted more of Camlin. I would love a like novella or something of just Camlin doing Camlin shit. Oh my God, I love him so much. The next lie was that I was married for 3 years. The prompt question is a character I would commit to for life. I gotta go with my girl Alexia Terabati because I just feel that we would really get along and we would just have a great time together. And I just adore her and I would like to shower her with compliments and adoration for all of life. The next lie was that I have been arrested. The prompt question for this is a character I would like to have thrown in jail. Cersei motherfucking Lannister. I hate her so hard. I get that she's like a well-written character. She's very complex. She loves her children and she'll do anything, whatever. I fucking hate her so much. Oh my God. And spoilers for the TV show. If you have not seen it, skip ahead until I put this book down. In the show, that is one of my favorite goddamned moments when her ass gets thrown in jail. Oh my God. Sweet satisfaction. Oh, so great. And then when she's getting like thrown, like walking through the streets, doing her shame, her walk of atonement. So many people that I know and people I've seen, because I've seen so many reactions, like feel, even though they don't like her, they're like, oh, this is too much. I feel bad for her. I was like, fuck this bitch. I don't give a shit. I did not feel bad for her in the slightest. Maybe I'm a terrible person, but I was like, I mean, sucks to suck, bitch. I hate her. And the final lie was that I waited until I was married. And the prompt question for this is a character I would want to get with immediately. And get with can mean whatever it would mean for you. If you're asexual or demisexual, maybe it just means you would like to date them promptly and be in a relationship with them promptly. Maybe it means you just want to make out with them right away. Maybe it means you want to jump their bones and bang them immediately. For me, it's the last one. And I have a couple options. I have Hawk from Blood and Ash, and the other one, what is it? Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. What is the series called? Oh, a Blood and Ash novel. Okay, so Hawk from the Blood and Ash series. Yeah, he's hot. A book I do not own and I actually DNF'd, but I would still like to jump this character's bones. Zephyr from Take a Hint, Danny Brown. Yes. Just absolutely yes. And lastly, but certainly not least, Kat from the Kingmaker Chronicles. It would be good times. She's such a badass. Like, such a badass. And yeah, I just think it would be fun times. So there we go. I am done. So again, this tag is pure fucking chaos. You can do it 3 ways. You could either just use the prompt questions that I have and answer those. You could take those prompt questions and make your own related lies and do a two truths and a lie on your Instagram or Twitter and do the same kind of reaction thing. Or you can just make up your own entirely and do the reaction thing and then make up your own prompt questions and do a tag. Whatever the fuck you want to do. Or, I mean, I guess you could also just do the 2 truths and a lie reaction and explanation. Is whatever the fuck you want. I just thought this was fun and I was like, maybe someone else would want to do this, so it's like kind of a tag. I will tag, who will I tag? I always make like any challenge I've done or tag I've done, it's just like chaotic. So that I feel bad. It's like so disorganized because this is my brain and my life. I will tag Lucy at Lucy Reads because she loves a good tag just like I do. Well, I don't know if this is a good tag, but you know, she likes tags. I will tag Ray from Bookmark Chronicles. I will tag Vish, Books with V. Alan, Library of Alexandria. Leanna, Leanna's Library. Abby, Abby Salter. And I don't know, I can't do you're all tagged if you want to do some chaotic shit. You're tagged. I hope this was fun, at least. I hope it was entertaining. And yeah, that's all. Let me know down below. Again, like I said, if you did vote, how right you were, how wrong you were. Also, if you didn't vote even, let me know if you were surprised by any of these truths about me or lies about me. And as always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.